I just had a conversation with my client, y'all, and she said I could post this video. Of course, y'all not gonna know who I'm talking about, but she called me and she was like, Malika, I finally left my... I said, what you left him for, girl? She said, because I had gave him some things that I wanted and he just couldn't do that for me. I said, okay, what did you want? She, read me a couple different things that she wanted. Just far as some money to start up her business. She wanted like a couple designer pieces and just overall some jewelry. I asked her, I said, what does your man do for a living? She said, oh, he works in like tech or something, but he makes good money. I said, okay, I'm a little older than she is. You have to have your man's income dreams. Not a rapper, scammer, robber, or somebody that makes well over a good amount of money to get all those things. I think that sometimes we watch Instagram and we glorify what we see on Instagram, and we give our men such hard times because women are showing these bags, these shoes, these trips, these outfits, when majority of the time the man cannot even afford it. Like, he just can't. And it's not that you're a broke nigga or he's not worthy of you. He can't afford it. It's as simple. So if money is what drives certain women or gifts and so forth, you have to know your man's tax bracket, okay? Because if you don't, you're going to be upset like my girl and ready to leave your because he can't give you these things that you see on Instagram. Don't be that girl, because sometimes you'll lose a good trying to figure out why you can't get this and get that when that man is a whole 9-to-5 working ass man.
Listen, she's absolutely right. And I think a lot of these women are definitely bamboozled by social media. And they really just think that this is a lifestyle that most men should keep up. And it's once again a delusional thought process. This is not what you should be doing. And a lot of these women are walking away from good relationships thinking that it's supposed to be that way, that it's supposed to be a superficial situation, that he's supposed to be able to buy all these $1,000 bags and $1,000 shoes and all of this just because he has a good job and he makes good money. You got to understand what's reasonable, what's logical, what's best for the relationship that you have. Just because you have a man that's working hard, it doesn't mean that he wants to spend his money on BS. I think a lot of these women are confused, and once again, they don't have any real guidance. A lot of them don't have fathers, stable fathers who work hard and accomplish things and raise them. They didn't have examples of a mother and a father in a household who had to manage a household. They don't understand it. They think that social media is the way to go, that this is what men are supposed to be doing. And you will fool around and lose a good dude that you could have a good future with, thinking that he's supposed to just... You're supposed to request all these expensive things and he's just supposed to have it for you all the time. And I think that is a horrible thing that social media has done to these individuals. And it's not just the young women. The old women are out here saying the same thing. I need you to spend money on me. Spend money on me. I need you to buy me this. I need you to prove and show that you love me based off of how much money you spend on me. Well, if we look at that from the female's perspective, if a man thought like that, then I guess he would assume that you don't care about him, because most most women don't really spend money on men at all. So I don't think that they want men to look at it this way. I think they want men to look at them as the prize, and that this is what you should be doing for a woman that you say you care about, and this is what it is. But yeah, it's just a delusional state of mind once again, and it's one that's messing up the dating market. It's messing up relationships between women and men, because women have this superficial idea of what love is supposed to look like, and they have no clue. They've never been in love. They've never seen successful relationships. They're not paying attention to successful relationships, by the way. They're not looking at couples who have been married for 10 and 15 and 20 and 30 and 40 years who can give you a bit of advice of what you should be looking for in a relationship and in a man. They're not looking at that because that doesn't look pleasing to them. It doesn't look like what social media is showing them. Healthy, stable relationships don't look like superficial situationships. They don't look like jet setting and traveling every weekend and, buying, shopping all day, every day. It doesn't look like that, because that is not the real world. The majority of people, men in this world, make about $50,000 a year, and the women make less. So if you're looking at that salary at what the majority of the men make in this country, whether you're black or white or any race, that's not enough money to have this superficial lifestyle, to take you shopping every weekend and buying all this expensive stuff. That's not equivalent to that. That shows you that that is a superficial world, and the majority of people do not live like that. And I just say, look, if you want examples of it, look at your mothers and fathers. Look at your lives. Y'all can't afford it. That's why y'all looking for a man to provide it. You can't afford it yourself. Your mothers and fathers couldn't afford it. They had modest lifestyles, made medium incomes. They were average. So I don't understand how you think you can come from average and then think that all of a sudden a man that you get with who has a regular job, even though he gets paid well, can afford to just give you this luxury lifestyle that only a few people can afford, and you think that you should be in that number? That's crazy to me. I don't think it's something that anybody should even be looking for. A lot of celebrities don't have it like that either. But a lot of these people want to emulate these folks, and they want to follow behind them, and they don't fully understand what it takes to maintain that certain life and how much it actually costs. But you want a man because he has a good job and makes decent money. You don't know exactly what he does. You don't really know exactly how much you're getting paid, but you just know he working and he make good money, so he should be able to afford this lifestyle that I've seen on social media. And if he don't do it, then I'm out. Well, this is why a lot of these women who think like this, you're going to be out, and you're going to be out for a long damn time. A lot of these men have checked out and they don't want to deal with the BS. If you come into the table with this mentality, a lot of men are walking away. So if you have a man that's good and he's working and he can provide, but he ain't giving you this lifestyle with all this expense, you better put that to the side and stop thinking about that and enjoy the man that you have, and y'all build a life together. Somebody got to wake these women up. You got to understand what's important, baby. Having a lifestyle and traveling every weekend is not important. And I think somebody needs to tell them. But a lot of these women come from the ghettos, come from poor backgrounds where their families didn't have a lot of money. And so it's almost like this is a dream for them. Their dream is to have a rich lifestyle, to have a man where they can just wake up and they don't have to work, they don't have to do anything. It's a fairy tale. And they holding on to it till they will not settle, will not settle, will not settle. And then you end up by yourself, and there's nothing to settle for because you'd have missed all of the opportunities. So now you have no choice. You ran out of options. You ran out of choices. And now you got to just accept what you got. Listen, I'm going to leave it here. Y'all let me know what y'all think in the comments. Comment, like, subscribe to the channel. Hit that bell to be notified when I upload new content. Y'all please keep the conversation going, and I will catch you in the next one. Bye.